I wrote this story from the point of view of my nephew Aaron when he was 2 years old. And at that point he was just really funny, and he was saying a lot of really cute things, and it was just always the timing at that age, right? They'll say something that in a particular situation that just is really, really funny. And so I've incorporated some of the fun things in the story as well. In this story, the self-esteem angel actually ends up with 4 little angels. So here's the first part. The self-esteem angel ran to the door, pulled it open, and then shouted, "Hey, you guys, come in quickly. You have to see this." She held the door open as she watched the little angels run towards her. Her breathing slowed, and she felt her heart fill up like a balloon. She was always amazed at how moments like this seemed to play out in slow motion. It was how she knew she was in the presence of love. Not just any love, the rare kind, unconditional love. There was no feeling like it. Nothing else ever felt like this. The sound of laughter pulled her focus back to the present moment. 4 little angels were looking up at her, wide-eyed and out of breath. Madison was the first to speak. "What is it? What is it?" she asked excitedly. "Is it a new little angel for us to play with?" Paulette asked. "Is it a new project?" Ian exclaimed. Nick patiently waited for them to finish. Then in his most grown-up voice, he said, "It's a child experiencing unconditional love for the first time." The self-esteem angel grinned at Nick. She was pleased he was using his keen intuition. She nudged them inside and closed the door. They all took a slow, deep breath and enjoyed the familiar smell of cinnamon sticks, as they always did. Every time they opened or closed the door, the air would fill with the scent. Madison had chosen the cinnamon sticks doorway. It was a scent that reminded her of times when her parents comforted her and lovingly cared for her. Hot chocolate with cinnamon sticks was a cure for everything. So then what happens is that the self-esteem angel and the 4 little angels are watching a live video, and it's basically Aaron telling the story from his point of view about what happened and how he learned about unconditional love when his sister Renee was born. And one of the fun parts about this book is that I taught Aaron and Renee how to do the watercolor painting, and so they ended up painting as well. And so I'm really proud of them and love the fact that we did this together, and that it features the paintings and drawings done by them. This particular painting and drawing were both done by Aaron, and in the rest of the book, these drawings were done by Renee. And at the time that she did these, she was about 7 when she did these drawings, and so they're pretty cute, and I'm very, very proud of them. So I just want to read you parts of it. So what happens is it takes him through some of the first things that happen as he's changing and growing from a little baby. So here he's crawling, his first birthday, and then here he is when he learns to walk. I spent a lot of time pulling myself up on chairs and tables before my legs became strong enough to hold me up. I could see why Mommy hated going to the gym. Finally, the big day arrived. I had stumbled and fallen too many times. I made up my mind I was going to walk. I decided to do it on a Saturday so Daddy would be home from work. Mommy and I were the first ones up. We decided to let Daddy sleep in since he had a busy week at work. When Daddy came into the kitchen, he gave Mommy a big hug. I got up from the floor where I was playing, walked up to them, and wrapped my arms around both of their legs. Suddenly, they were both shouting, "Hey, he walked! He walked! Get the video camera. Sweetie, can you do it again?" Of course I could do it again. For my first big moment on video, piece of cake. Mommy let me crawl into bed beside her, and she hugged me and smiled. Then she introduced me to my baby sister Renee. "Hi Renee," I said, "welcome to my world. My sister is so small, like a doll, and she has lots of dark curly hair. I have to admit, she really is cute. She looks a lot like me, back when I was a baby." Keep in mind, he's only 2, because he's telling the story. And again, there's the page with the pin at the back of the book. So this story helps kids, not only kids and families who are expecting their second child, but even if the family structure changes, you know, whether that's through remarriage, or families are split up and they're getting together. Every time you add children to a family, it's very normal for children to feel threatened. It's a very normal human reaction. And so it's important for them to understand that you have the ability to love them and the other children in the family.